and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
$93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: snow likely throughout the day. It'll be breezy and cold with a high of just 6 above. Tonight, chance of snow. It'll be cold, a low of 7 below. And tomorrow, snow likely throughout the day with continued cold temperatures, a high of just 1 above. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Well, it's the middle of winter, the holidays are over, and the weather is unpredictable. Isn't there anything to look forward to? You bet there is. Cash Blast from your Nebraska Lottery is back. Until April 1st, buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win one of 7 weekly drawings for $5,000 or $500. And if your voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. Hey, there's nothing like a little green to cure the winter blues. 2x2 top prize odds, 1 in 105,000.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And free fitness training to help you mix up your routine. Plus, most clubs are open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th. See Home Club for details.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And free fitness training to help you mix up your routine. Plus, most clubs are open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th. See Home Club for details.
Early break. Just as Kevin says, the old days were absolutely not better times. Lots of hardships. Life in 2025 is better than ever.
I love when we get these jokes back. I love
Good
when
joke, good
I love
one.
the joke. You're good one.
Good one, Kevin.
You're hilarious, Kevin. You keep it up.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green, all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to Monday. It is a winter wonderland here in the capital city. A lot of snow coming down, Rico. Rafferty, good morning to you, my man.
He hasn't joined us yet.
Join us.
I don't know what's going on.
When he does, we'll
He's
join
just
him.
hanging out without his camera on, unless his camera's broken.
Uh-oh.
He's also muted, so I don't know.
Gotta
I guess
keep
he's
it
just
cool.
not going to join us yet.
Well, I tell you what, we got.
He just doesn't like us.
He probably doesn't like. He's probably scared that this weather will rub off on him, man.
Yeah.
Folks, if you're working outside today, a lot of folks still work outside. Be careful out there. First responders, law enforcement, folks that are doing the trash, etc. Be careful. The main roads weren't too bad.
They're not terrible.
No.
There's some slick spots, but it's not too terrible.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. But the side roads, though, are the ones you got to be careful.
I have been avoiding those. Getting out of my neighborhood is sketchy because they don't do anything with that for a while. So right now it's just all compacted from the previous snow. So it's just like a layer of ice underneath all of this beautiful snow.
See that, like you mentioned, that that first layer that came down, because I was, what night was this? Was it Friday night or Saturday night? It might have been Friday night. It's just drizzling outside a little bit, and it was like, if that temperature drops, man, it's going to be wicked. So it's been crazy.
It was not great.
No,
not a fan.
AG is going to be gone. AG comes back on Wednesday. Rafferty's trying to get tapped in here, so when I get to him, we'll patch him in for it as well. Folks, do a heat check. Where are you at this morning? What's the weather looking like? And I tell you what, if it's right now here in the capital city, it is
cold
here. Yeah, it's cold.
It doesn't matter. It's cold.
Yeah, it says 5 degrees, feels like -9.
That's
5
nice.
degrees, feels like -9. It is cold out here. On the heat check, let us know where you're at. Rico, what'd you do this weekend, brother?
Nothing. Just a whole lot of nothing. I mean, I came in here Saturday, had to help out with some stuff. Worked a Lincoln Stars game on the board, and they won, I believe it was like 8-2, 8-3 over Sioux Falls. They have a Sioux Falls and a Sioux City. I don't remember which Sioux it was. It was one of those ones.
So let me see what we have to look. Were they playing Sioux Falls or Sioux City? One of the
I believe it was one of the Sioux teams.
They win.
They did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Lincoln won. It was like 8-2 or something like that. They were just scoring goals at will. It was pretty interesting, pretty fun to listen to. And you guys can listen to another one of those Thursday, I believe. They will be in Omaha playing the Lancers. And then Saturday, they will welcome the Lancers into the Icebox. So Thursday and Saturday, you can listen to the Stars here on the Ticket. But I didn't do a whole lot of anything this weekend. Had a friend come down from Grand Island with her little boy. We had Blaze Pizza, had that for the first time. No free shout outs, but that was delicious.
So that's the one that's right on the corner of right by cross street from Chipotle.
I believe so. It's like right down this way, like a block that way.
Okay.
Yeah, it was delicious. This is the first time I ever had it.
No, I think it's actually next to Chipotle, next to that little.
It is next to Chipotle. Yeah.
Chipotle.
And it's fantastic.
So it is fire.
First time. I might go back at some point and get some more. But yeah, we did that and then just went home, and when I shoveled on what was it? Whatever day that it snowed, KJ helped me, quote unquote. He had his other shovel and was just pushing stuff around, and he was jumping in the big old snow piles. So it was a good weekend. It was a fun weekend.
Good.
Not much going on, just a relaxing time.
Let me see right here. Okay, that's Dave DF. That's right. 80 Blaze Pizza is what they buy when we're at Jake's. Okay, I got you. That is some good stuff. In fact, I know I've had it before because DF, you bought it before. That is some very good pizza. Wasn't
I think LeBron's a part owner.
Exactly. I thought he was a part owner.
I think he's a part owner. I thought that there was more in Nebraska. I think that's the only one.
Is that the only one right there?
I thought there was one in Omaha also, but apparently there's not.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. Old Dad 34 in the heat check. Keep him in. Old Dad 34. Good morning, Chicos. It's -7 in Vermilion, South Dakota, and it feels like -21. So -7 is the temperature.
That's disgusting.
It's that it feels like 21.
I can text my sister goes to college up there. I could text her and be like, "Hey, how cold are you?"
Man, -21.
Nashville Husker on YouTube says that it is 29 beautiful degrees in Nashville.
I would do it 29 degrees all day.
I would take 29 right now.
29.
I could rock a hoodie.
I can rock with that.
Can't do that here.
I can rock with you. You could, but you're gonna be cold like my man walking across the street right now.
You crazy. Mr. Blitzkrieg on YouTube also says, "I'm over at Innovation Campus and it is coming down."
Oh wow. Downtown Scott, that's a nice looking fireplace, my man. That is the right spot to be at. I like that. The real wood in there too, man.
Can you bring that fire here too? Please, thank you.
I need it. Guilt Nerd. What's up, Guilt Nerd? He goes, I'm an HVAC technician. These days are money. Keep them coming. I know that's right, man. People will pay a premium to make sure that Joker is on right now. Downtown Scott. Actually, Curtin, Northern Kentucky, 14 feels like 8.
Are you still in Northern Kentucky? That's cold.
Yeah. And Kurt, man, let us know. Are you impacted by the flooding that's taking place? I don't know if you guys have been watching the national news, but Kentucky has got just slammed with a ton of water.
Really?
Floods galore. Yeah. So let us know, Kurt in Kentucky, what's going on down as far as the floods going down there, because man, it is I've seen on the news last night, did not look good. Bo Lever, what's happening? 31 in Fort Worth. That's them down there.
Yeah.
Man. It's a little chilly.
We hit a nice little cold streak. Oh, look who's decided to join us.
Good morning.
What's happening, man?
Oh, not too much. I was working on some ear pods. I don't know what happened. They got disconnected, and then I couldn't get them to connect. And then I used my great technical abilities, and I got them to work again.
Nice.
But I got my microphone. I'm just waiting for my headphones. Once I get those, I'll be AG like.
Mans was late to the show, but he was early to the show. Ridiculous.
Hey, Bo Lever, man, I thoughts and prayers. He put on there in Kentucky. There was 8 confirmed dead during those things. Those floods are bad down there, man. Extremely bad. Thoughts and prayers go out to those folks down there. And again, there's first responders that it's just a swath that goes across starting from about, I think Mississippi had some weather as well, high winds, tornadoes, Kentucky. Raff, what are you guys looking at in Huntsville right now, man?
No, we're 33 and sunny right now, but Saturday night got a little wild. There was tornado warnings, and I guess they had one, EF1, just a small tornado down by my friends Chris and Dana's house. But they said they slept right through it, so
no they didn't hear anything.
Yeah, but I guess there were some trees down and some building damage and stuff like that. But I was like, holy goodness, on a February, and it's already tornado warnings. And then it started to snow a little bit yesterday, so getting everything down here.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome
to crazy weather.
Yeah, Kurt.
Yeah, no lie.
Yep. Well, Kurt Raff, who's not very far from you in Kentucky, Northern Kentucky, goes, no major flooding here. Some of the creeks are getting close. Ohio River, now this is scary, is getting close to cresting. That's definitely not a good thing right there. So, Kurt, you stay safe up there north as well. Raff, what'd you do this weekend, my man?
Oh, not too much. Watched some Nebraska basketball. Ate way too much. Went on a few walks. Yeah, it was a good weekend.
Nice. Yeah, I watched a lot of sports this weekend, man. A lot of sports that were on, good sports, because we got a lot to talk about as far as Huskers men's and women's basketball, softball, of course, as well. A few things, a few trips around the world. Here's one. We're talking kind of just sports all over the place.
Okay, let's go.
Raff, Rico, I was reading about, we talked about Aaron Rodgers a little bit last week. The Jets said they don't want him back.
Yes, they did.
Yep.
You guys, I wish, and like I said, we don't know exactly what happened, but it says in there that he was like pleading to come back to the Jets, and they were like, Guys, thoughts on that?
Raff, I'll let you go first.
I think that the Jets, I think they're ready to move on. I think they want to go younger. I think once they probably met with Glenn probably wanted that also because with Rodgers, the Jets, I mean, they're not where they were sitting at 2 years ago. 2 years ago, they thought they had that team and they just needed that quarterback to bring it all together. Now, 2 years later, they're looking at they've kind of got to they've got to look at doing some kind of rebuild. So they want to start younger with Rodgers. What maybe 1 or 2 more years at most.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think they're just ready to start over.
It's all right, cool. We'll do that.
We're doing some construction here.
Yeah.
I was like, what is that?
It is quite the interesting scenario. Can you guys hear that? Please let me know if you can hear that.
Yep.
Because I can hear it pretty clearly. I don't know if you guys can, but it is quite the interesting scenario out in New York with the Jets. And I agree with you where they thought that they had a really good team and they were just a quarterback away, and they thought that Aaron Rodgers, coming off of a really good season in Green Bay, was like set to be that leader. And then things did not go the way that they thought that they were going to go. He gets injured, and then he has like statistically a pretty good season, but in terms of wins and losses, obviously leading his team, not that great. So I could see them wanting to go younger. The only quarterback currently on their roster, Adrian Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy about that. I'm really happy about that. And then I'm looking up the draft order because I don't remember where they draft. So I just want to make sure that I get this correct to see if they draft 7th. There'll probably be some quarterbacks left at that time. I don't know how many or who will be available. They're obviously not going to get Cam Ward or Shadur Sanders if that's what they're looking at, but there are a decent amount of quarterbacks in this draft. But if you go at 7, would you be stretching to grab anybody there? Or do you think that there's somebody at that position that could fall to them, or somebody at that 7 spot that would be worth that pick?
You know, One-Eyed Ray, good morning to you. I think you're spot on with that. That's a great insight. He goes, Aaron Glenn, after where he just left, obviously Detroit, knows how important culture is, and Aaron kills culture. And you know what? Like I said, One-Eyed Ray, I don't know. Obviously, they felt the same way in New York because what Aaron Glenn was a part of there, obviously, in Detroit the past number of years, understands the importance. You can see they just oozed culture at Detroit. I mean, big time. And I think, like you said, One-Eyed Ray, him coming out to the Jets was thinking, we can't have that type of juju in the room. We just cannot have it because it's infectious, it's contagious. Before you know it, it's just one guy and there's 2 guys. And I'm not throwing Aaron under the bus, just going by what the results have said. And it's like, it hasn't been good for the locker room. And Raff, to your point, Rico, to your point, do you really want, because think about this, Raff, how many years do you think Aaron would play, regardless of where he's at? How many more years do you think he's got?
2.
What do you think, Rico?
Probably 2.
Yeah.
That Achilles injury, even though he says he's back, he's 100% back and all that stuff, that's a tough one to come back from, especially for a quarterback.
Exactly.
And also, too, with Aaron Rodgers is he's one of those guys, he wants to feel that he's at the top of his game. So he could maybe play next year and be like, hey, I'm ready to go to Egypt, or I'm ready to go back down to the hut and, do his thing. He's one of those guys with a flip of the coin. He can be like, I'm done with football, because I think he's made peace with himself that when he's finished with football, he's finished with football. Right now, he wants to do it, but at any moment that could change. And he's that type of guy that he's not afraid just to drop out of the spotlight completely and go do his thing. So I think that scares the Jets also. Is what is his commitment level?
So if you're looking at the NFL draft right now, you're looking at the quarterbacks that are currently going to be a part of the NFL draft. After Cam Ward and Shadur Sanders, those are your top 2, right?
Yeah.
Hands down, right?
I'm not saying you put him in the same category, but what is it? Dart from
Jackson Dart.
So
he's number 3 according to these rankings. Yeah. So I've looked at a couple rankings. He's number 3 pretty consistently. Is he a 7th overall draft pick?
No.
I don't think so. And then you look at the rest of the quarterbacks, Quinn Ewers. Actually, I don't know if Quinn's officially announced he was going to the NFL or if he was transferring. So Quinn Ewers, Jalen Milroe, Riley Leonard, Will Howard, Kyle McCord, Dylan Gabriel, Curtis Rourke, Tyler Shaw, Donovan Smith out of Houston. Like, it's not a very good quarterback class.
Yeah,
it was thought to be a really good quarterback class before the season. Right. And as the season progressed, it's not that great of a quarterback class. So at number 7, if I'm the Jets, I'm not taking a quarterback unless Cam or Shadur falls that far, which I don't see either one of them falling that far. So you're going to be looking at a skill position, an offensive lineman somewhere in there. Maybe that dude out of LSU, the offensive tackle out of there who only allowed like 1 sack in his 4 years. somebody like that. And then later on in the draft, if one of these guys is still available, 3rd, 4th round, maybe you take a shot. But it's not going to look great potentially at the quarterback position unless they start Adrian Martinez, obviously, for the New York Jets.
Bone 67, you're spot on, brother. It goes a very bad draft, a QB draft class this year, and none of them are going to change a franchise. Bones, I agree with you. None of those names you just mentioned,
no,
at least to me, my own humble opinion, is like, yeah, that guy's going to change the trajectory of this franchise's program. Nah, I don't think there's a guy in the draft class that can change instantly change the trajectory of the program's organizations who are suffering. Because think about Oakland. They need a QB bad. None of those quarterbacks are going to erase all their woes.
The thing is none of the teams that are drafting that high in the draft none of these guys are going to change the trajectory of their franchises all that much. But if you're a team that has a decent offensive line, like a pretty solid offensive line, I could see Cam Ward or Shedeur taking you to that next level, right? Because they're not Jaden Daniels. Right. They don't have the same legs or the same skill with their legs as Jaden Daniels does. So they're not going to immediately step in and be able to change things around by adding that extra element. But those two, in terms of the arm talent and the arm strength, the accuracy, they're extremely good. Problem is, you need an offensive line.
Yeah. And Jaden Daniels, he's the exception rather than the rule, because he came in, he did things that most rookies do not do coming into the rookie year. So even to measure them against him, which I'm not saying you're doing, he's an outlier.
Yeah,
he's definitely an outlier.
And I would say another guy, and look, I don't want to open this can of worms, but I will say another guy from that draft class last year in the quarterback position, Bo Nix, great job.
Yeah. Now, Bo, I'm gonna tell you something.
Finally, some credit.
Well, I'm going to say this though, and you know what, Raff? I blame more of his lack of development early on Peyton more than I do on Bo Nix. I really do. Because, in fact, they've even talked about how he had to understand you can't allow this guy, you can't make this guy drink from a fire hose. It's already daunting enough. And Raff, when he started making that playbook a little more digestible, so went the play of Bo Nix. And I think Peyton, at times, which he probably never admitted because he's a different cat, realized I can't throw this guy the whole kitchen sink right away. As smart as he is, intelligent he is, a great IQ, I can't keep, and obviously Raff some mechanical things with his happy feet. Matt Raff, you mentioned that earlier this season, but once he begins to simplify that offense a little bit more, you've seen Bo Nix numbers go up right away.
Yep.
And Bo Nix, I think, is going to be one of the premier quarterbacks in this league for a long time, barring injury, man. But to your point, what's my man from Houston? Quarterback from Houston,
CJ
Stroud. He was definitely an outlier in my opinion, man.
Another thing that you want to look at with the Jets too is free agency. Like Sam Darnold, I might be one of those guys. And the one name you haven't heard.
He's going to want to go back to the Jets.
I think he's going to go to where the money's at, and I think the Jets would be one of those teams that might throw him some money. Another guy that you might want to look at, you haven't heard his name in a few years, is Carson Wentz.
Yeah,
because he's been with the Chiefs for a couple years.
I haven't heard his name in a few years.
Well, he's been behind Patrick Mahomes.
Go ahead, Raff.
I was going to say he's just been under that tutelage of Andy Reid, and he's been around Patrick Mahomes, so that might be another guy. It just depends how the Jets are looking. Are they looking at, okay, we were talking about how this quarterback class isn't that deep, so let's get a Band-Aid guy like a Darnold or a Wentz, covers for a year or two, and then once there's a Manning character down in Texas, say he goes into the draft or something like that, do we go after him?
There's a guy, you think about Wentz, like you mentioned, Raff, here's a guy that's got a lot of tread on his tires because he hasn't played a whole lot. Obviously, he's backing up Mahomes. He's healthy. And like you mentioned, Raff, a bonus, he's been under the tutelage of Andy Reid for the past number of years, and he's healthy. He's not been hit a lot the past couple of years, man. So from that aspect, I kind of hesitate on Darnold because
he's not going back to New York. I don't care how much money they offer him. He's not going back to New York.
Even if he stays where he's at, even if he stays in Minnesota, he's not getting the money he could have gotten.
No.
Because those last two games, the division game against Detroit looked absolutely horrendous. The playoff game, he looked absolutely horrendous.
Dug into his pocket.
He cost himself some money in those last two games.
Yeah, unfortunately.
He seemed like a great guy too, man. But it's a business. Any bargaining power he had, I think, kind of went to the wayside after those two games, man. So it's going to be interesting. I'll never say never, but I think he lost himself some money right there. Jeff, the texter, before we go to break here, you go, the best upside QB in the draft that you can get a little later on would be Milroe. Right? What do you think about Milroe? Rico as well. What do you guys think about Milroe?
I don't know about best upside quarterback. I like what he offers in terms of scrambling ability, but throwing wise, he's pretty hit or miss. My upside guy later on in the draft would probably be Will Howard, a guy who's just kind of steady Eddie. He's not going to wow you with any athleticism, but I think he's pretty accurate, and he's got enough legs to move the pocket around. And another guy who I didn't throw a ton this last year in college, Riley Leonard. You saw what he was able to do at Duke with that talent, and then what he was able to do taking Notre Dame to the semifinals of the college football playoff, despite not throwing the ball all that much, or to the championship of the college football playoff, despite not throwing the ball all that much and kind of relying on the running game and his legs. I think he's a pretty high upside guy as well.
If you look at the talent of Jalen Milroe, I put him in like that Justin Fields class. Like he's got the raw abilities, but it's going to be essential that the team that picks him up is going to have a really good quarterbacks coach. But I put him in Justin Fields. I think they have all the ability in the world to be really good quarterbacks. It's just going to be the question of who they get drafted by and the system they go to, because I think Milroe would be one of those guys to maybe have a year to sit behind a veteran, learn from the vet and a really good quarterbacks coach. And then I think the sky's the limit for how good he could be. However, I also see that he could be put in a situation that Bryce Young was thrown into. And you saw the way he struggled. He really came on at the end of the year. He played a lot better football, but you saw when things were in a disarray and he didn't have a good quarterbacks coach or a head coach for that fact, how much he struggled. So it's just what kind of system can they get in? And I think that's it with Justin Fields. With the Steelers, if that's who they decide to go with, are they going to stick with Arthur Smith? Or are they going to, go out and get a better quarterbacks coach, type guy that can direct Justin Fields? Because we see Justin Fields and the abilities he has. It's just you just need that person there, to get those abilities out of him completely.
Well, Raff, I'll tell you what, until proven otherwise, Arthur Smith is not that guy.
No.
He is, what's his name? Our former guy, 2.0.
Matt Canada.
Yeah, he's Matt Canada 2.0, man. I seen, and Raff, to your point, it's sad to see a guy with Justin Fields with the tools that he has just not be utilized the right way at all, or even given the chance. Well, obviously in Chicago, the guy was running for his life 95% of the time. He comes to Pittsburgh, and in my opinion, like I said, they rolled with Russ, etc. But man, I would hate to see him go, but I don't see him staying in Pittsburgh. But again, that's a whole nother conversation. Real quick before we go to break here, Jeremy the Grill Master, good morning. He goes, wouldn't it be hilarious if the Jets trade Rodgers for Darnold?
Aaron Rodgers is following the former Packers QB, former Packers quarterback list to a T. You play good in Green Bay. You win one Super Bowl as a generational talent, which is just hilarious for Green Bay. You get back-to-back generational talents at quarterback, and you have 2 Super Bowls to talk about. You go to New York. You have 2 very substandard years. I believe Brett Favre was there for 2 years. Either way, you have a very substandard tenure in New York. Now, if he goes to Minnesota, he's going to take him to the NFC Championship. He's not going to win, but he's going to take him there.
Well, folks, there's a lot going on around the NFL right now. Things get interesting as the draft is coming up, obviously, in about a month and a half, give or take. Almost 2 months, give or take, middle of April.
Something like that.
But there's a lot of things that be going on there. We'll discuss those. When we come back, folks, we got a lot of Husker sports to dive into because it was a busy weekend in Husker Nation. We'll be right back, folks. It's The Drive, 937 The Ticket.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs. From vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance, Automotive Solutions offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Husker fans, Nebraska needs you in the vault for the last two women's basketball games on Wednesday, February 19th and Sunday, February 23rd. Their last two opponents, Oregon and Washington, have never played in Pinnacle Bank Arena before. Give these two new Big Ten members a warm Nebraska welcome and show them why Nebraska fans are the best in the nation. For a limited time, you can secure your spot at both games for just $10. This deal won't last long. Get your tickets before tip-off on Wednesday to cash in on this incredible offer. Go to huskers.com/tickets to secure your seats today.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And free fitness training to help you mix up your routine. Plus, most clubs are open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th. See Home Club for details.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
we are back. It is still snowing here in the capital city. I'm not sure how much snow we're supposed to get today. Do you know?
Too much.
Too much?
Too much. I thought it was supposed to be like 2 or 3 inches, but it's past that.
Yeah, it's coming down pretty steady still down.
I blame Raff.
Yeah, the Raff effect.
Yep, 100%. If you were here, it wouldn't be snowing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You got to be down in Alabama.
Yeah, bringing in the tornadoes. Come on.
Actually, you know what? Actually, yeah, just stay down there.
Hey, Raff, what are you guys looking like for the next 4 days down? A couple days down in Huntsville, man.
Chilly.
But no more crazy weather?
Not for the time being. So hopefully I make my return back to Nebraska tomorrow. So hopefully the roads will be okay from Omaha to Lincoln.
What time do you fly out tomorrow?
9:00.
Nice. Well, this segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999. Protect your home, vehicle, family, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Gentlemen. They took the Husker baseball is doing pretty well this weekend.
Yeah, they're decent at what they do. Pretty solid showing.
Yep. They took care of Vanderbilt. I said Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
They took care of Vander. They took care of San Diego State. But they lost the first game. UC Irvine. They played them again today at 2 p.m.
They played Grand Canyon today.
They beat UC. No,
they lost.
The first game.
So they opened the season and they lost to UC Irvine, 10-5. Then they beat Vanderbilt the next day, 6-4. And then last night they beat San Diego State.
Yep. And last night's game, if you had not seen it already,
10-0, I believe.
Yeah, they was
13-0.
13-0. It was a beatdown. But boy, there's a gentleman that took a shot with 100 miles per hour fastball.
It was 104 off the bat.
If you have not seen it, Rico, Raff, have you seen it, man?
Yeah.
The young man, was it Timmerman?
Yep.
Tucker Timmerman. If you've not seen it on Twitter yet, that's a tough dude, man. Because I would have been like, man, I'm done. I'm done for a little bit. He has that gauze in his nose. He took a pitch, ladies and gentlemen, to his face. If you look up online, look up Tucker Timmerman, you will see it looked like literally something from the Rocky movies.
Bounced off the ground, tried to get his glove up, didn't get it up in time, clocked him in the left eye.
Yeah, it is bad. So if you've seen it, and thankfully the dude is obviously he's okay. But it was looking bad.
I don't know if it broke his nose. I wouldn't doubt if it broke his nose, but I do know that the day after he was in Omaha getting checked out. So they're obviously taking every precaution with Timmerman and making sure that he's okay. But yeah, he smiled in the picture. Mm-hmm. He got up off the mound and was like pumping his fist, trying to hype up the crowd and his team. He went out there after the win and was in the picture, and you just see his eyes swollen shut.
Yeah,
it's pretty gruesome.
When I had raised that dude smiled in the picture, I would have cried. Brother, me and you both, I'd have been, because you get hit, especially on a big old schnauzer like I got. My nose is huge, and your eyes water. I can't imagine how much pain that was. My nose is big. That bone was just right there. Oh, man, this dude was, it was nose and his eye and his lip.
Yeah, just a whole lot of everything. I'm surprised he didn't lose any teeth.
You know what? I didn't think about that.
It doesn't look like he did, but that massive gauze is blocking a couple of the teeth.
Oh, that gauze, man, look wicked.
This is disgusting.
It looked wicked. So the Huskers do play today at 2 p.m. You guys, so far, like I said, we've got enough games. I can't say enough games to the belt. At least we've seen them play, though. They beat the smoke out of the Aztecs, though. 13
they
donut.
Did.
I mean,
and that's a solid Aztecs team.
Yes. So they had they scored 4 points, 1 run in the first inning, 4 in the second inning. They went nuts in the second inning. The third, they scored 1. Fifth inning, they scored 2 runs. But the seventh inning, the bats was almost like Batarang. They scored 5 runs on the seventh inning and literally beat the smoke out of San Diego State 13-0. That
maybe it's not a good San Diego State team. I'm used to them being really good. Last season they were 17-37.
Mm-hmm. What was the record last year?
17-37.
Yeah, not real good. So
maybe they're not that good of a team.
Nebraska, they're supposed to do. Will Walsh, 7 scoreless innings. The offense obviously erupted for 13 runs to take care of business. Will Walsh again improved to 1-0 on the season. His 4th career start of the last 7 innings. And here's one thing realized about him. He's a lefty. I sometimes I pay attention with if they're left or right, but yeah, he's a lefty.
Wasn't paying attention to that one.
I just wasn't paying
7
attention.
Scoreless innings.
7 scoreless innings. He got it done.
I believe they said, I was listening to the broadcast, I think they said that he allowed 1 base runner each inning. So he allowed like 1 hit, I believe, like each inning or something like that. But for the most part, he's just shutting him down.
Just shutting him down. Raff, you know what's cool about a game like this, Raff and Rico, is you get some of the younger guys in there. Redshirt freshman Carson Jaza made his Husker debut yesterday as well. The final 2 innings, he allowed 2 hits and striking out a pair with only 1 walk. So it's good. A guy like him that you didn't think was going to be able to play. Him with a lot of other guys got a chance to play when you're up 13-0. How does that play, you guys, just long-term, guys getting in early? Because usually you don't beat a team 13-0 like that. But that's huge. You get those younger guys in the game, though. Would you guys agree to that?
Yeah, totally. The more experience you can get, with your arms, subbing in people, getting some at bats, that's always key. And then you also got to realize too, this team's playing with a lot of emotion also, because Greg Sharp was around those guys an awful lot because he was the voice of the base. Hillman, I think it's him and Ben McLaughlin kind of shared the baseball calling duties. So, they've lost one of their own, and you see a lot of emotion in the way they're playing right now. I think a lot of that is for, a tribute to, Greg Sharp and the person he was.
And you know what, Raff? I'm not going to elaborate a lot on that because I got a hunch you're going to talk a lot about him at the end of the show. Am I correct on that?
No, you can talk about him. There's other stuff.
Yeah. If you don't know, Greg Sharp succumbed to his cancer on last Friday. His family announced it this past Friday. 61 years old. Of course, he had pancreatic cancer and succumbed to that on Friday. And the outpouring, it's been amazing. It shows you the impact he had on people well beyond the diamond of baseball, well beyond the field of football. Greg was just a good dude. I was at K-State for a number of years before he got here. He was the voice of the Wildcats, came to Nebraska. Obviously
took over the last 3 games of the 2007 season and then was named the full-time play-by-play guy in 2008. And that was the same time he had got the baseball job as well.
Right.
So he was the voice of football and baseball since 2008.
He just an amazing guy, man. It's and Raff, I don't know if you knew this. He was neighbors with Chad Beeman for a while.
Really?
Chad Beeman were neighbors for a while as well.
Well, I was thinking back, one of the memories that sticks out to me about Greg Sharp was the football reunion. Was it 2 years ago at the Rococo? I think it was the spring game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Steve, and I remember that Greg was sitting kind of back up in that corner all by himself, just very nonchalantly, just, not really. I don't think it was ever about Greg Sharp. I think Greg Sharp always wanted to make it about, the players and the coaches and the University of Nebraska. And I think that's one of the things that made him so endearing to the community is everybody taught, what he was going through. And instead of making it about himself, it was more, he was trying to ease the fears and the pains of all the people that were around him the entire time when he should have been. And it just the courage and strength and just the resolve and everything that he showed. It reminded me a lot, of Stephen A. Smith, or not Stephen A. Smith. I'm sorry. Cooler than the other side of the pillow. Why am I forgetting his name? Stuart Scott.
Stuart Scott. Mm-hmm.
Just that, he went out of his way to make things better for everybody else. And to me, that's just a tribute to the person that he was.
Raff and Rico, I would also say he was very similar to Jim Valvano, how he made it, and that wasn't about him. He made it about others. How can we put the lights on this epidemic, more than on me, and just do it find some good out of this disease.
I want to play this the final call of the Vanderbilt game from Ben McLaughlin because it is beautiful.
Love it. I'll give you goosebumps right there, man.
Great call.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to Sharp and his wife and his daughters and his family. Truly a giant of a gentleman. Pure class. Again, Greg Sharp passes away on Friday at the age of 61. Folks, we'll be right back. We got some mystery. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Well, it's the middle of winter, the holidays are over, and the weather is unpredictable. Isn't there anything to look forward to? You bet there is. Cash Blast from your Nebraska Lottery is back. Until April 1st, buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win one of 7 weekly drawings for $5,000 or $500. And if your voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. Hey, there's nothing like a little green to cure the winter blues. 2x2 top prize odds, 1 in 105,000.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fierce Cheese Spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fierce Cheese Spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: snow likely throughout the day. It'll be breezy and cold with a high of just 6 above. Tonight, chance of snow. It'll be cold, a low of 7 below. And tomorrow, snow likely throughout the day with continued cold temperatures, a high of just 1 above. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And free fitness training to help you mix up your routine. Plus, most clubs are open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th. See Home Club for details.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's snowing outside. It's snowing outside. It's snowing. Rico, how you holding it down? Rico, how you holding it down? Well, we are holding it down here at 1040 O Street. It is President's Day as well. I think most of the federal buildings, are closed today.
It's a bank holiday.
I think the banks are closed today. For
I believe
sure.
so.
I think the banks are closed as well. I believe anything federal related is probably also closed as well. Happy President's Day to you. Raff, I'm sick of the snow, bro.
Already.
Sick
I
of
hear
it.
you. Did you read this text message we got in?
Which one?
From 3764.
3764. Let me look.
Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, let me read it.
Go ahead.
Guys, I need your advice. I haul trash, and for a year, I've backed up a long driveway so one of my customers doesn't have to walk their cans down. A couple of weeks ago, however, there was a Denver Broncos flag flying outside the house. As a Chiefs fan, do I drive the cans down to the end of the driveway and just leave them there on a day like today? The answer is yes.
No,
because
the answer is you go inside their house.
Raff, I'm muting you. Raff, I'm muting you. I'm muting Raff. I hope he knows that nobody can hear him talk right now. The answer is yes. Because as a Broncos fan and you were a Chiefs fan, they were plotting on your downfall. And they were cheering your team's loss in the Super Bowl the entire time.
Oh, man, that is classic, though, man.
And you know what you do? Is you open up the trash can so they get snow in them, too. Just be a great person overall. Okay, Raff, you're back.
Sounds like a Chiefs fan.
I'm a Patriots
classy.
No, Texter, I think it's pretty. That's good stuff right there, man. That's good stuff. I didn't see that one earlier.
Please
man.
let us know what you ended up doing.
Yeah, did you do it or not? Brad, I know you're probably on the roads. Be careful from me, Brad from Baldwin. You know what, Brad? The back is slowly but surely. It's just hard to sleep, man. It's getting better. Man, I've not worked out since January 23rd, and this is absolutely killing it, brother. But I can't. I mean, literally, I just can't lift anything.
Mm-hmm.
But slowly but surely, Brad, I appreciate it. I actually ordered, Raff and Rico, I ordered an ice pack that's specifically for sciatic, for your lower back, and you strap it to your leg, and it's freezing. And you obviously you don't put it on the bare skin because you don't burn yourself. But I got that in the mail yesterday. Used it twice already. And I can tell the difference already because it's just isolating that nerve and just icing it and hope for that inflammation. So, yeah, I'm using that. So it's getting better, Brad. I appreciate it, but I'm still a ways out from doing anything like I was before. So that's the part that sucks, man. I'm glad it's happening. Hey, Raff, I told him I'm glad it's happening now rather than the summertime, man. So it is what it is. But, Brad, I appreciate you. Be careful out there, folks. As far as history goes, folks, it kind of showed you how things changed. In 2010, Coach Pelini and staff got a 15% raise. In 2010, they got a 15% raise. And just out of curiosity, guys, what do you think Bo was making at the time?
$2 million.
Rico?
What did he get? A 15% raise?
15% raise.
All right, 2 million sounds about right. Somewhere around there.
So this is from the Journal, this is from the World Herald,
2.3.
Bo Pelini ranks number 5 among Big 12 head coaches. Carl Pelini is number 3 among defensive coordinators after the brothers received their biggest bumps Monday as Nebraska released its 2010 salaries for its football staff. Overall, Pelini and his 9 assistant coaches totaled a combined raises that resulted in an increase of just under 15% of the staff from 3.7 to 4.3. So think about that. So Bo, at this point, that's overall. Okay, that's overall.
Yeah, the entire staff.
Yeah, that was entire staff. Bo was at $2.1 million. So we got the raise from the $2.1 million. You guys are right on there. And at that time in the Big 12, he's behind Mac Brown, was making $5.1 million. That was a lot of money back. That's still a lot of money right now.
That's a lot.
I mean, that was 15 years ago. If you're making 5.1 as head coach, you're still doing pretty dang good, man. Bob Stoops was making $4.3 million. Gary Pinkel of Missouri, $2.5 million. And Gundy at Oklahoma was at $2.2 million. Then this was Kansas. Recently announced that Turner Gill, who was the coach at that time, will be paid $2 million in his first season with the Jayhawks.
Look at that.
Shows you how much. Now you have players making that type of money.
Exactly.
Now think about that, you guys. Whew. You got players making that type of money right now, just 15 short years later.
I wish I was a good football player right now.
Football or basketball, man.
Something.
Something.
Run me my money.
Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
Yep.
Raff, what you got, my man?
All right, everybody. Today, on this date, 1974, Richard Petty won the Daytona 500, making him the first driver to win consecutive Daytona 500s. The reason why I bring this up, yesterday, William Byron became the 5th driver to win consecutive Daytona 500s. So I thought that was cool history on the same date that the first time it happened, and then yesterday it happened for the 5th time.
I love it. I love it.
Let me.
And then I got a birthday also.
Oh yeah, I got some good ones.
Turning 62 years old today, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time. Sorry, LeBron fans.
Wow.
Jordan.
You know, back on this day in 1923, archaeologists opened up the tomb of King Tut.
King Tut.
And nothing has been the same, as the entire world was cursed.
Wow.
Was he in there?
Hey, you know who's got a birthday today, Raff?
Who's that?
Our very own Pete Ferguson. His birthday is today as well, man.
Wow.
Big happy birthday to you, Pete Ferguson. Appreciate all that you do, man, for just a brother to me. Love you like crazy, man. Our families go back a long time. Pete's dad used to be one of our coaches, and we had a Cornerstone State Games summer team.
Wow.
And Pete's dad, God rest his soul, was our coach at a few of those. And he was at East with Eric Stokes and Brian Mays and those guys over there, John Squire, Jim Edwards, a great group of guys over there at East High we used to compete with. But Pete, man, everything that you do in this community, man, like I told you this morning, man, keep leading from the front, brother, because Lincoln is better because of you. People's lives are better because of you. Also want to say happy birthday to my boy Daniel King, Silk. Raff, it's his birthday today as well, man. Silk's birthday is today. Me and Daniel King, Silk, go back to since we were in 5th grade when he moved from Omaha to Lincoln. So we go back into the 4th or 5th grade. He is a principal now in Omaha, lives here still, but commutes every morning up to Omaha where he is a school principal. So Silk, love you, brother. Happy birthday to you, man. A lot of memories with both Pete and Silk growing up. So happy birthday to all you guys, man.
Okay. No, I'm just getting some information. The Cowboys are sending a birthday gift to Pete. They're just letting him know right now that they're already eliminated from the playoffs.
Gee,
so that's their birthday gift.
Hey,
to
Pete,
him.
I didn't say that, man. That is on Rico. I did not say any of that, man.
Just got that information here on this telephone. I just thought I'd let him know.
Oh,
That's
you wrong for that, man.
happy birthday.
Wow.
It's already eliminated.
Oh,
so just don't even worry about next season. You'll be
Just
fine.
put it out there in advance, right?
Yeah, just letting you know.
There you go. David, I'm gonna definitely get this back ready for E9. You better believe it, man. And OJCJ, yes, I have a TENS unit, and that thing works wonders, man. So Nick, you know what that is? TENS unit, Rico and Raff?
Yeah.
Those things are beautiful.
They're
man.
amazing.
Yeah, so OJCJ, appreciate it. Folks, we come back. Man, there was something that's only been done 2 times in the Big Ten in basketball. Nebraska was a part of it. We're going to talk about when we come back, folks. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Well, it's the middle of winter, the holidays are over, and the weather is unpredictable. Isn't there anything to look forward to? You bet there is. Cash Blast from your Nebraska Lottery is back. Until April 1st, buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win one of 7 weekly drawings for $5,000 or $500. And if your voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. Hey, there's nothing like a little green to cure the winter blues. 2x2 top prize odds, 1 in 105,000.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fierce Cheese Spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fierce Cheese Spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. And yes, it is still snowing in Nebraska, in Lincoln, downtown Lincoln. It's not a blowing snow. No, it's snowing. It's not blowing. It is snowing.
This is ridiculous.
Yes. You think about it. I think it was 2 weeks ago that there were people literally on the golf course. Nick being one of them, too. We're playing golf.
Of course he was.
Yeah, Nick. He's Professor Nick right now, right?
Yeah, Professor Nick.
And Cassie, good morning to you. I'm not sure if it was the same John Squires that was originally from Iowa. John, I'm not sure if he was out there for a while as a kid, but I only know John from when I was in 7th grade at Color Middle School. Now, his father, now I have to check with John Squires on this. And John, if you're listening right now, let us know. His father was in education, and I know they traveled quite a bit in his younger years from different schools. But I think I think John might have been a Meadow Lane kid. I'm not sure on that. But I met John and his sister Ann when me and Ann were in 7th grade at Color Middle School. But prior to 7th grade, he could have. I'm not sure. Cassie.
Did John make the drive to New Mexico for this tournament? I know he didn't go down to Clearwater.
I don't think so. I don't think John. I could be wrong. He's my neighbor, so I should know this. But
and then he's down, and then they're down in California this next weekend for the Mary Nutter.
I don't think he went to Las Cruces. I've been to Las Cruces. Unless you're going to watch somebody do something down there, you're probably not going to Las Cruces.
He's watching his daughter play softball.
I thought you were the head of neighborhood watch, AD. You should know that stuff.
Yeah, I should know that. But when it's this cold, man, everybody kind of watching.
You watch from your window.
You watch from the window when it's this cold outside.
You pull the blinds down. And you just go, what's going on?
Yeah,
who's going on?
I know he could be though. I mean, he very well could be. I know. I seen Katie this morning. Their daughter, she was scraping off her car outside, but I didn't see John, so he possibly could have, but I don't know for sure.
I'd have stayed down there. No, I'm not coming back to this.
Yes, Mississippi Mud Dog. I am a color cougar. Yes, I'm a color cougar. I was done out of color, and I graduated in 92, so 91, 98, 89, I think would have been last year at color. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. What you laughing at, Rico?
It's close to another word.
Cougar?
No.
Color? Oh, you thought I said colored? The colored cougars? We shall overcome.
I'm sorry. You said it really quick. And I read it, so I knew that
You're
wasn't
like,
what you said.
what type of school name is color?
I know you went to school a while ago, but damn.
There was a lot of brothers over there. And now starting for the colored cougars. I'm like, what?
I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's why Raff never went to the north side.
I apologize.
All my schools changed their names. they were all named after some stuff. So when I got to Holmes, they had to change their name. They changed their name 3 times.
Did they?
Yeah, because they started out, it was named after a men's magazine, so they had to change that. Then it was Hurricanes. Well, that's not good, so they had to change that. So I think they're on their 3rd nickname. I was there for 2 changes. And then Leffler was the same way. They were named after something, and then they had to change their name. So yeah, I was.
What was Leffler? What was you guys' mascot?
Leffler, I think, is the Lions now. When I left, when I was there, they were the Trojans.
Leffler Trojans.
It's not bad.
No, it's not. You got USC Trojans.
Yeah, they changed it.
Whatever.
Color Cougars always been the Cougars, man. Always been the Cougars.
You hear it now, don't you?
Yeah. I hear it now. We say it real fast. Like, what'd you say? Well, I tell you what, women's basketball put up a valiant fight against the Illinois Fighting Illini, and it did not go their way. And the thing that really hurt Raff and Rico was Britt Prince suffered an ankle injury. I believe it was her right ankle, Raff. Wasn't her right ankle? She came down. Right ankle. She was coming off a 3-point shot and came down and rolled it. How bad? I don't know, but she didn't finish the game.
It did not look great.
No, it did not look good. How she hurt it. So we got to figure out what's going to just kind of the severity of that injury. But it did not look good when she came down on that 3-point attempt. But man, they ended up losing that game last night, and it wasn't a lack of effort. I will say that they dropped Illinois 77-68.
It only got that bad because they started fouling at the end.
Yeah, they started fouling at the end. And I tell you what, man, They were up 31-30 at halftime, and Illinois just they got hot.
That third quarter really
it hurt them.
Yeah,
it hurt them. Markowski had a hell of a game last night. Yesterday after 28 points, 12 in the fourth quarter alone. I think she had 6 straight points.
I would say there was a point where she went on her own like 6 or 8 point run. They just dumped it down low, and she's just hit him with a little dream shake or just a little drop step and laid it in.
Yes,
a couple hook shots in there. It was pretty. It was. She was putting the whole gambit of post moves together.
Yeah, they as far as percentage wise, Illinois was 28 for 62, 45%, 6 of 17 for 3-point line, and they just answered Raff and Rico every time we needed something. They would go on these runs, and we could not get ahead of them by a comfortable enough lead, and they just took it to us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line on that.
Illinois gets their 8th consecutive victory. This is a really good Illinois squad. They only have 5 losses, only 4 in conference this season. So it's not. I mean, obviously you want to win every game, but it's not that, tragic of a loss when you lose to a really good squad. The biggest loss is going to be how long Britt Prince is potentially out for.
Yeah, and I haven't heard anything thus far as how long that's going to potentially be, but that one right there is going to hurt if it's for an extended period of time. But Nebraska drops that game last night in Illinois. And you know what, you guys? It was a hyped up audience in there too last night, man.
Mm-hmm.
Raff, did you get a chance to watch that game?
Yep. Yeah, it had that crowd impact. The thing that I saw a lot about the game too, that I really think that the injuries that have happened to Nebraska throughout the year, not only has it helped, not having, everyone there as a full team, but just the fatigue factor. I think there's some times where I think Coach Williams would like to, just substitute just to get some breathers in this, like Markowski. I mean, she played great last night, but I would, that fourth quarter, it's like, man, if we could have sat her out for a couple minutes just to kind of reload and then make her way back in. It just looked like she was laboring just because she's playing so many minutes.
It's pretty tough when her subs are 2 freshmen and a sophomore. Yeah. So it's kind of tough to especially, I mean, granted, your other, why am I spacing on her name right now?
Which for Nebraska?
Yeah.
Prince?
No, you're 4.
Dawson, not Dawson.
Hakey?
No, not Hake. She got hurt, and I'm spacing on her name, and she was one of the better players.
Yeah,
you're speaking of not Hopper, but
Potts.
Natalie Potts.
Yes,
you think Natalie Potts?
Thank you. I know that she was a sophomore, but she was obviously one of the better players for Nebraska last year and would have been this year. But then she gets injured, and it doesn't help for Nebraska that the 2 backups for Markowski haven't played all that much. And when you're going to, sub her out, you're going to put some people in who don't have the exact kind of impact yet, hopefully, that Natalie Potts did.
Well, and the thing about it, Nebraska's going to have to have a short memory because they take on Oregon in 2 days, and Oregon is 18-8 overall this year. So Oregon is not going to be a team they can sleep on by any stretch of the imagination. They're 9-6 in the conference, and I think a lot of it, Raff and Rico, how long will she be out?
Oh, that's huge for Nebraska.
Because you think about it, you got Natalie Potts is out. We have another one that she got hurt right
Widener.
before. Widener, she's out. She got hurt right before the I believe Rutgers game or something like that. And then with Prince, I mean, it's like that's 3 major pieces. If she's out, you're going to face a team that's 8-8.
5-star freshman who's going to be potentially going to miss some time.
It's just a lot of depth.
Yeah, Widener was like your bulldog and your other point guard, one of your better defenders, and pretty solid offensively. And then Potts, who was I believe she was like co-freshman of the year in the Big Ten or something like that last year. And without her as well, that really took a massive hit to Nebraska's offense and what she was able to do defensively. So you're missing 2 of the better defenders that you had on your team, and now you're missing potentially 2 of the offensive, 2 of the more heavy firepower offensive weapons that you had.
Yeah, Britt Prince, like I said, we're going to be paying close attention to that today. If Coach Williams gives an update regarding her status and availability for 2 nights from now, because that is going to be a major piece that's gone right there. So Nebraska does lose to Illinois. They dropped that game, and so they got to recover very quickly as far as that goes. Gentlemen, the men, Raff, that was probably the worst first half of Husker men's basketball I've ever seen before. I mean, it was absolutely atrocious. And I was, of our thread, we were going back and forth, etc. I just did not think, I was like, man, this is like really bad. I mean, because Northwestern's the last team in the league conference,
Second to last.
Second to last. Washington.
They're over Washington.
Yeah, Washington.
The two purple teams.
Who we also, that first half was very similar to the first half we had.
Maybe that's
Washington.
what Nebraska's trying to do. You give the worst team a false sense of hope. And then you come.
I don't know what they
much rather that didn't happen.
Bro, it did not look good, Raff, at all. In fact, I'm looking at this game. Raff, did it seem like they weren't even awake yet?
Oh, I was that first half on offense. There's more than one possession, but one I remember. There were 4 guys standing, not doing anything, and then you think, okay, they're isolating them up. They're letting them go 1-on-1 or whatever, and that guy, he's out dribbling out. I'm like, what is going on right now? I'm like, I don't know what they're doing. They were lost. That's for sure.
They did. It was almost comical. It was so bad. It was comical at one point. I mean, Rico, there were unforced turnovers. Like rapping, there were guys standing around. They let the young man that looked like he was the second coming of Bowie. Remember that Bowie? Yeah, he looked like Bowie was shooting like. It was like, okay, I thought he graduated. What's he doing back here?
He's back.
I'm thinking he's back again. They looked absolutely atrocious in that first half. I mean, I had never, literally, and I could be wrong, Raff, I can't remember a half where they looked that bad in basketball.
Yeah, I'd have to. I'm sure there has been. I'm sure it's been a rough. Well, it's been a rough 100 years in Nebraska basketball, give or take.
I mean, only scored 21 points.
Give or take about 12 to 15 years. It's been a rough ride in Nebraska basketball world.
It was rough.
Your total for the first half
21
was the total for Bryce Williams in the entire game. I don't think you've ever had it half as bad as that.
Dude,
you look back in the days of
yeah, but that wasn't a lot of scoring. Those teams
Raff,
didn't score a lot. At least they played good defense.
Here's what I'm going to say, Raff. I'm going to say, in my lifetime watching Nebraska basketball, unless there's a game that I missed, which I've missed a lot of games, of course, but that was the worst half I'd ever seen in my lifetime Nebraska play that I actually watched.
I don't know. I was down in Kansas one night about 15, 20 years ago, and that was destruction at its finest.
But notice who you said, Kansas.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kansas makes a lot of people look bad.
This is Northwestern, and this isn't Northwestern from 3 years ago where they were actually decent.
Right.
So the caliber of team, yes, that is.
There we go.
Yes, that's what makes it worse.
There we go.
That's what makes it the worst half.
There we go.
I mean, Nebraska only attempts 45 shots.
It was absolutely atrocious. Now, here's the deal. Okay, now we go to the good part, though.
The second half.
And how it started off, they started off Northwestern with a 3-pointer. They started off scoring the first 5 points, similar to how they started the game scoring the first 7 points. They come out hot, drop a 3, and I think then grab another deuce. They extend the lead a little bit. And I'm thinking, what is going on here? And then, now here's something else. Coach Hoiberg, Rico, he comes back out at halftime. He has a bandage on his hand.
Little Raff,
let us know what you heard.
Oh, he took it out on a whiteboard at halftime. Said one day he'll learn. He said a few years back he broke his toe because he kicked something, and he said that he's on the blood thinners. So
that's dangerous.
The bandage was needed because he said it'd probably bleed for a while. But he said he'll probably never learn. He knows he shouldn't do stuff like that. But hey, if it gets that team fired up, you got to do what you got to do sometimes when you're a coach. I remember tossing a couple clipboards in my lifetime.
Well, I think it has more of an effect, and if you were listening to early break earlier, you heard these guys talking about it. It has more of an effect because of how Fred Hoiberg is normally. How people know that he isn't a very fiery coach. He's pretty laid back, pretty chill. He's not going to throw a clipboard all too often. I know in this one he also tried to break a clipboard over his knee and it didn't break, so he just threw it down on the ground. I blame the blood.
Get into Husker power.
That's what that was. So when somebody like that, when you have a coach who isn't normally too fired up, does something like that, it really gets your attention. But if Bo Pelini goes into the locker room and breaks a whiteboard, everybody's like, Bo's pissed, whatever. Yeah, whatever. He's still mad over something that happened. But when Fred Hoiberg does it, it's a guy who isn't going to come in there and throw things and break things all the time. He's going to come in, maybe give you a stern talking to and kind of raise his voice a bit, but nothing of that type of caliber. So when he does that, it really gets your attention, and it really woke these guys up, apparently, for this second half where they dropped 47 points. I mean, they doubled up their own score in the first half.
I was looking at this on Twitter, man. Nebraska was the first team to overcome a 20-point deficit to win a Big Ten road game in 7 years. Coincidentally, both were against Northwestern.
Northwestern can't finish.
Can't finish.
Can't finish.
Look at the because we'll go to the points real quick as far as total points, and I'm gonna tell you one guy that just kind of lit us up. I thought was actually Ty Berry and Nick Mortellini. Both had 23 apiece. But then after those two, no one scored in double figures on their squad. It was Nick Mortellini and Ty Berry both had 23. The next person closest was Angelo Ciravano, who had 6 points. That was it.
That works.
We basically allowed two guys to basically assassinate us in the first half and a little bit to the second half as well as far as that goes. But I tell you what, Raff, to see Bryce Williams, because he started off a little slow, and to see him just once again assert himself into the game, how big was that for Nebraska to get back on track, bro?
Oh, it was gigantic. We knew that we were going to need him in the second half, but before we, really go into, Bryce Williams and the way they played, what can you say about Braxton Mia?
Yeah.
I mean, that we have been waiting and waiting. I mean, he asserted himself.
Yeah, he did. He did.
10 points, 7 boards, 2 blocks, just being a big body out there, getting in the way. Probably affected more shots than he's going to get credit for in the blocked shot category just by being big and getting his arms up.
Well, Raff and Rico, here's the thing. Why can't we see this more often?
Only one personal foul.
Yeah, why can't we see this more often from him?
That's a great question.
Hopefully, this is the game that kickstarts him. That maybe he knows now that, hey, I can have an impact on a game. I can catch it, catch a lob and dunk it. I can, I can be that guy. And maybe hopefully this is the game that he needed to where he starts to respond and is like, okay, I have an impact on these games. We got to hope for that anyway.
We got 17 points off of turnovers for them, which was huge because they got a little careless with the ball, big time careless with the ball in the second half. But in the second half, Nebraska looked like a totally different team. Juwan Gary, again, he was two of three from the 3-point range. There was a few shots I was like, ooh, but he made them.
No, yes.
Yeah, no, yes. He felt it. Free throws, he was 7 for 7. Again, as much as Juwan can kind of scare us sometimes at the three-point line, he has made it. You can tell he's a different player right now. He's made it his mission. I'm getting to the cup by any means necessary.
He's pretty timely with his threes.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he knows when to take them and when it's gonna. Or it just seems like he's always the one that hits a big one in a big moment, and that's really good. And that's probably based off of the fact that he is getting more assertive and getting to the hole more. So those teams aren't closing out as hard. They're trying to keep him from getting to the hole, and then at those moments, he's got the three. He's going to take it, and it's going in more often than not as of late.
And Connor Sejan was 2 of 5. You see 2 of 5. That's nothing to write home about. But he finished with 8 points. But those two that he hit were huge. They kept the spearhead of that comeback to continue on. And you know what, Rico and Raff? You could see Northwestern getting very tight and tense. When it chipped down to 10 points, they got very, very nervous. They were exactly was, oh no. Raff and Rico, they didn't have that same flow they had going before. Even Mortellini, some of the shots, you could see his legs were, I'm not saying they were gone. He wasn't shooting with as much confidence as he was in that first half.
Can I read a couple stats to you that if you gave me these stats on the surface, I would tell you Nebraska definitely lost this game?
Go ahead.
Nebraska was outshot 45-72.
Goodness.
Nebraska was out-rebounded 46-27.
Yeah, first half was crazy.
Northwestern grabbed 23 offensive rebounds. Northwestern had 36 points in the paint to Nebraska's 18.
Say that again.
Northwestern had 36 points in the paint to Nebraska's 18.
Wow.
On the surface, all of these stats, if you just read these, it 100% Nebraska should have lost this game. Yeah. But then there's one that stands out massively because this game was played on the road at Northwestern. Nebraska had 28 free throw attempts to Northwestern's 8. But Northwestern had 36 points in the paint. If you scored that many points in the paint, you would think you would get fouled more and get more free throws. That's not what happened.
Yeah, you know what? They just came with a sense of urgency though in that second half, man. I mean, the way they came out in the second half, particularly after, I will say this, about the 17-minute mark, because at first they, obviously Northwestern came out, firing again, 3-pointer to deuce. Then Nebraska said, okay, it's time to go.
All right.
It's time to go.
We're done with this.
Let me
And
ask
when
you this.
when Bryce gets hot, watch out. I mean, that
Oh,
guy,
yeah.
he is an assassin.
Oh, he did what he just went to a different world, man. You can see in his eyes. He's pretty even keel. You can really tell what he's thinking because he kind of played, whether he's never two up, never two down, but he went to a different zone on there. And again, I'm going to say this about Hoiberg.
How many straight is that for 20+ points for him?
By 5 or 6, probably.
I'll look it up. You
He had a 19. He might have had a 19-point game in there, actually.
Oh, I think he. Let me look it up.
Yeah, he's got a few in there. Even during the losing stretch, he had some in there for sure for the past 4 games. I know he's had at least 20 in the past 4 games. And I think they mentioned that as well. Bo Believer, absolutely, that's exactly what they did. They got it more. They were more aggressive in that second half, big time. Old Dad 34. Do the men get to 20 wins in your opinions? Raff, what do you think on that, man? Do we get to 20 wins, bro?
I'm gonna say yes.
We need 3 more, and they're not the easiest. You go on the road to Penn State. You host Michigan. The Minnesota. So I'm pretty sure all of these are quad win aside from Minnesota. Like if you win, they'd be quad 1 wins. At the road at Penn State for your next matchup on Wednesday. Home versus Michigan. Home versus Minnesota. On the road at Ohio State. Home versus Iowa. You need 3 out of those.
I think they get it.
You had your epic collapse against Iowa. You're on the road at Ohio State. You've won 5. I believe it's 5 on the road this season, which is the most that you've won in quite some time.
Yep.
Minnesota, although it's Minnesota and they're not having the greatest season, still Nebraska in the way that they've played. Maybe they have another first half like they did against Northwestern. And then Michigan is playing really well, and you're on the road at Penn State. Like you need 3, but it's going to be a tough 3.
It's good. I think they can get it, though. I think our men can definitely get it done. However, though, yesterday, which scared me yesterday, Raff, Rico, Nebraska tends to play to the level of competition at times. They did that against Washington, and they did the same. And obviously, we were able to
both,
but think about this, though. You can do that because those are the 2 lowest ranked teams in the conference. Out of 18, those obviously got Washington, the last one, and then you got Northwestern right above them. Against better teams, you cannot do that.
No.
The way that Nebraska played against Maryland is Nebraska. I wish I would see on a more. They're going to have to do that this last stretch if they're going to get to 20 games. If they play the way they get against Maryland, they win a lot of those games that are left on the roster. You go to State College, Penn State on Wednesday night. You play there. That's historically not a team you should beat. But again, that's been a place you've struggled as well, though.
It's potentially going to be a sleepy crowd. You got to bring your own juice.
Absolutely. And you know what? And it's a similar game to Iowa. Very sleepy crowd, maybe 8,000 in the attendance, if that. They got up 20 and they ended up losing. So what we did to Northwestern, we got to make sure it doesn't happen to us again. If we go back to think about Iowa City, it can happen.
Yeah.
Because it's happened to us before. And hopefully remember how bad that taste was in their mouth, that if they get up on Penn State up, you got to keep that lead. You cannot play to the level of competition. Put these guys out of their misery early. They got to do it early, man, if they got a chance at it. So, yeah, I do think they can get 20 wins, man. I think they can. Well, Nebraska takes care of Northwestern, like I said, an unbelievable game because there were people I know who changed it. I was like, hey, they won. They were like, what you talking about? They won. They were down 2. I'm like, they came back and won.
I wasn't watching that game anymore.
Yeah. So Nebraska beats Northwestern 68-64. And then they head to Happy Valley and State College, Penn State on Wednesday night to tangle with Penn State. Folks, when we come back, we got a lot more sports to talk because the softball team's taking care of business as well. We'll be right back. It's The Drive.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with roof credit. See dealer for details.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last. Bundle up, bring your crew, and make this winter one for the books with Bachfest at Beer House. Enjoy winter brews that will tangle with your taste buds, polka dancing, games like Hammerschlagen, Stein Stamina, and much more. Bach beer will be flowing, and sausages and pretzels will be available for purchase. Doors open at 11 a.m., and the party goes outside until 6 p.m. before moving inside. VIP tickets are $75, but just $5 gets you in the door. Buy your tickets today at beerhousene.com for this Saturday's Bachfest.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, snow likely throughout the day. It'll be breezy and cold with a high of just 6 above. Tonight, chance of snow, it'll be cold, below 7 below. And tomorrow, snow likely throughout the day with continued cold temperatures, a high of just 1 above. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Patriot Plumbing at 402-464-7411 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-464-7411.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. Frozen tundra at 1040 O Street. If you're out and about, come down to the mill, grab a cup of coffee, grab some pastries, or just hang out and fall out as far as that goes. The mill's open until 5 o'clock tonight, I believe, isn't it? 5 o'clock?
Sure.
I believe they're here. Regardless, the radio will be rolling on during that time. So if you want to come in and warm up, definitely stop by and come and say hello to us. Baseball, softball, basketball, football, we've talked it all, but now it's the women's softball that is on deck, and, man, they took care of business. And I tell you what, there was one young lady that really took care of business, man, down there with the home runs in Las Cruces. In Las Cruces. Raff, have you ever been to Las Cruces?
Nope.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
I've been to Albuquerque.
I will say this. It is beautiful driving, though.
Is it?
It is beautiful down there driving, yes. Las Cruces, Albuquerque. I spoke in Gillette, Mexico, New Mexico, about a number of years ago, about 5 years ago, right before COVID. But that drive is, like, insane. Beautiful, beautiful lay of the land. But Ava Kuzak, wow. 3 home runs and leading Nebraska, number 18 Huskers, 16-3. They beat the smoke out of the Grizzlies yesterday, you guys. That was a beatdown at the Troy Cox Classic there in Las Cruces, Mexico. You guys, and also her 3 homers, tied a school record for most homers in a game and became only the 3rd Husker to achieve that feat. Where the heck did she come from?
She is a transfer from the University of Wisconsin. She is the new starting shortstop for Nebraska softball. Fun fact, she had 9 home runs in her entire season last year with Wisconsin. She is up to 8 in 10 games with Nebraska.
Wow. That bat was going off the chains yesterday because she was just like, boom, boom, boom.
They outscored their opponents down in New Mexico 69-9. 20-1 over Corpus Christi in the first game, 10-0 over New Mexico State, 13-5 over Montana, 10-0 against Northern Colorado. In that Northern Colorado game, Jordy Ball threw a no-hitter, her 4th of her collegiate career, including 2 perfect games that she had down in Oklahoma, and the 41st in Nebraska history.
This right here, that's the numbers right there are staggering and very impressive. Think about this. Obviously, it means nothing now. What would it have meant for Nebraska to have Jordy Ball last year, you guys? Think about how much different their season looks.
But, you know, I know that it was devastating for them last year, but do you think that happening to her last year, maybe she's got a little bit of a chip on her shoulder just for the fact that going into last year, she was the talk of the country. Everybody, Jordy Ball this, Jordy Ball that. This year, when you don't really hear the name, there's another pitcher. I can't remember which school she goes to, and I watched that. Yeah, and I was like, man, you know, she's kind of stolen that Jordy Ball luster. So I would think that maybe, just maybe, that this is going to make Nebraska even more dangerous than what they might have been last year, because last year they thought, okay, we're going to get Jordy Ball, we're going to be good. This year, you've got her with the chip on her shoulder. You've got a team that's, I'd say they're learning how to win. They're expecting to win, and that's a dangerous team when you have that chemistry of players with chips on their shoulder. I mean, even like Abby, you know, she was out last year, so she probably feels like she's got something, you know. So it was devastating that it happened last year, but on another spectrum of it, I see it as, you know, stuff that can add to the chemistry of this team to bring it to. You always look for something to bring a team together, and I think that just that right there is huge for Nebraska.
Now, I wouldn't say that it's got a chip on her shoulder, because she's still viewed as, I believe the NCAA put their rankings out of like the top 100 softball players, or maybe it was like Softball America or something like that, and she was number 2. So people are still expecting a ton from her, and she's still expecting a ton from herself. But she did mention in an interview before the season that last year was kind of a blessing in disguise, because it forced her to slow down. She hasn't really had any time off since she went from being the best player in the country to going to Oklahoma, the best team in the country, to playing immediately as a freshman, throwing a perfect game in her first ever collegiate game for Oklahoma. They win back-to-back national titles. She's the player of the tournament in the second year. to then transferring to Nebraska and being expected to be the savior of Nebraska softball. Not to say that they weren't any good before her, but just to come back and be that same player that she was for Oklahoma, for Nebraska. And all of this, like, it's just like a culmination of like so many years. And then last year, 3 innings into her season, she tears her ACL and she has to sit out for the entire season. So it like forced her to sit back, relax, quote unquote, because she's still going through, rehab and everything, and just take it all in and kind of be like a player coach on the team for them last year. So I think it was, as she said, kind of like a blessing in disguise for her to get hurt last year and kind of sit back, relax. And now she has 2 years with Nebraska, 3 years, 2 years to play with Nebraska. So it might be a little bit of a chip just because, what happened to Nebraska last year and one of those, if she was here, if she was playing with the players they had last year, the offense they had last year. I think this team's offense is a ton better. And I believe it's because they have this feeling of, with her and some of the other pitchers they have, of, look, we're not going to be down all that much. So they're swinging free. They're carefree. And they're like, look, if we hit home run, we hit home run. If we're just hitting the ball, spraying it around the yard, whatever, we're not going to have to press to fight for a lead because we're going to have somebody who's going to shut the other team down. They're not going to score any runs. So we don't really have to worry about anything.
Yeah, they you look at the stretch they got coming ahead. They're going to play in the Mary Nutter Collegiate Classic there in Cathedral City, California. Their first game is Thursday at 4:30 Central Time. They take on Baylor. Then on Thursday evening at 9:30, they take on UCLA. And then on Friday, they take on Duke at 3 p.m. Saturday night, they take on San Jose State at 7:30. And then on Saturday evening, right after that one, they got a 7:30. They have another game at 10 o'clock our time on Saturday night, 10 o'clock our time. They'll take on Howard. And then on Sunday, this is all next week. Then on Sunday at 1 p.m., they'll take on Utah at 1 o'clock on the 23rd.
Let's put some numbers next to these teams. So Baylor, not in the top 25 according to Softball America, but UCLA, they're taking on number 4 UCLA on Thursday. They're taking on number 15 Duke on Friday, and then they have San Jose State and Howard after that. So they have 2 of the top 25 teams that they'll be facing. Baylor's no pushover as well. But Nebraska, according to Softball America, has moved up in the rankings. They are 14th in the country.
Love it. Number 14.
Number 14.
They dropped the one against who they dropped against last week. Now
they dropped 2 of them to Texas Tech and Mississippi State.
Yeah,
Texas Tech with Najiri Kennedy. She is the reigning player of the year. She was pitching for Stanford last year. Took them all the way to the Women's College World Series, and then she transferred to Texas Tech. I believe she's from Texas, so she's kind of like a homecoming for her. Kind of the same thing with Jordy.
And UCLA has Tom Brady's niece, I believe.
She does.
Maya Brady. I don't think she's there anymore.
She's not there anymore?
Yep,
I think
she's
she
still there.
graduated. Is she still there?
Yep.
Okay.
You got Maya Brady there. That's number 4, number 5.
They are number 4.
Number 4. UCLA's, like I said, Nebraska's been tested early, which I like, and I think that Texas Tech game, the way they lost that game, put a bad taste in their mouth, so they're taking care of business. Bill and Bennett, what's up, bro? He goes, I thought we would really miss Billy Andrews at shortstop, but the new girl is working out just fine. Yes, she is. This team is just, you can tell they've gelled a lot during the offseason. And Raff, to your point, I think Jordy Ball and Abby in total team has come back with a bad taste in their mouth from last year. And too, it's like, you know what? We got everybody back now. Let's run it back.
Maya Brady is not on this team.
Oh, she's gone.
Last year was her senior year.
Oh, I thought she was still there.
No.
They're still good.
Top 5.
Yeah, they are still good.
Maya.
Bye, Maya. So they will be tested. Folks, we're going to take a quick break, come back with our last segment, the RGT, the 80 attitude adjustment, before we ride out into the crazy, abysmal snow weather. If you're out there.
It got heavier.
Yeah, it's getting heavier.
It kind of let up for a second.
Yeah.
And then the cloud was like, oh, wait, I have more.
We ain't done yet. We're not done yet either. We'll be right back. It's The Drive.
Well, it's the middle of winter, the holidays are over, and the weather is unpredictable. Isn't there anything to look forward to? You bet there is. Cash Blast from your Nebraska Lottery is back. Until April 1st, buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win one of 7 weekly drawings for $5,000 or $500. And if your voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. Hey, there's nothing like a little green to cure the winter blues. 2x2 top prize odds, 1 in 105,000.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex at West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Hey volleyball fans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Bundle up, bring your crew, and make this winter one for the books with Bachfest at Beer House. Enjoy winter brews that will tangle with your taste buds, polka dancing, games like Hammerschlagen, Stein Stamina, and much more. Bach beer will be flowing, and sausages and pretzels will be available for purchase. Doors open at 11 a.m., and the party goes outside until 6 p.m. before moving inside. VIP tickets are $75, but just $5 gets you in the door. Buy your tickets today at beerhousene.com for this Saturday's Bachfest.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Husker fans, Nebraska needs you in the vault for the last two women's basketball games on Wednesday, February 19th and Sunday, February 23rd. Their last two opponents, Oregon and Washington, have never played in Pinnacle Bank Arena before. Give these two new Big Ten members a warm Nebraska welcome and show them why Nebraska fans are the best in the nation. For a limited time, you can secure your spot at both games for just $10. This deal won't last long. Get your tickets before tip-off on Wednesday to cash in on this incredible offer. Go to huskers.com/tickets to secure your seats today.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Patriot Plumbing at 402-464-7411 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-464-7411.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes, feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, as Rico said, Raff, about 5 minutes ago, he goes, bruh, this snow done picked up even more. And it has got more intense downtown. I'm not sure other parts of the city, but downtown Lincoln, Nebraska on 1040 O Street, it has picked up.
This sucks.
Yeah, let me ask you guys, folks, do you prefer, okay, let me ask you this quick before we end it out. Just let us know, Raff and Rico.
Yes.
Would you guys prefer snow when it's snow like this, or would you prefer just like being cold, one or the other?
No, if it's gonna be this cold, it better snow.
Okay.
Because I need to like it. I mean, this is kind of pretty, right? And then you can look outside and you go, oh, it is cold. There's snow. As opposed to like the sun is shining. You're like, oh, it looks like it's pretty nice. You walk outside and you get hit with negative 10-degree wind, and you're like, oh, never mind.
Your
This
face falls
sucks.
off. Yeah. Raff, what about you, my man?
Oh man,
he'd rather be in Alabama.
I don't know. I snow's okay sometimes, but I gotta just take it really crisp and cold outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with the snow minus the cold, because at least when it's just like minus 15, minus 12, it's just like miserable, man. I mean, it's just. I'm put it this way: I don't like either one of it.
I mean, yeah, it sucks. Both of
If
them
it was
suck.
just me driving, I'd be okay with the snow, but sometimes with snow and the driver's out there, it gets a little leery.
Yeah, it gets a little different. Gets a little different. Well, folks, it ain't going anywhere anytime soon with these temperatures. I'm looking at the forecast for the next 4 days. Tomorrow, the high is 1 with a low of -9.
Oh, beautiful.
Wednesday is partly sunny with a high of 4, low of -11.
Mm-hmm.
If you think that was bad, think about this. This is beautiful. Sunny on Thursday, 9 is the high.
Oh.
With -15 being the low.
Amazing.
And Friday to top it off, -7 is the low. And 20 degrees high with partly sunny skies. So, folks, you're going to be freezing this week. If you're in Nebraska, it is what it is. David just sent a video. What's up, Dave? Be careful out there driving, brother. He sent one of the main roads. I'm not sure which road he's on from right there. Can't tell. But, Dave, be careful out there, my man. It is definitely a chilly one out there, folks. Be careful. Take some extra time to get to where you get to you arrive there safely. Raff, what do you got, man, for the RGTZ, my man?
All right, first off, just got to let everybody know that we're sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance, you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
You better have that garage door working, because you want to have your car in the garage during this. Scraping all that snow off would be terrible.
All right, everyone. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to two people. I got to give it out to Greg Sharp and Pete Ferguson. Greg, just amazing person. Everything that he had done for the state of Nebraska, just the person he was, the strength, the courage, everything. Greg, rest easy, brother. And then Pete Ferguson, it's your birthday today. Pete, just one of those guys, never takes any credit, always, every time Pete's always like, credit to this scholar, credit to this person, credit to this person. But Pete, everything that you do is just amazing. So I just wanted to give Raff's Good Take out to Greg Sharp and Pete Ferguson, two amazing people. You are Raff's Good Take.
I concur, brother. Couldn't agree more with you, man. Again, a lot of thoughts and prayers go out to Coach, not Coach, well, he's coaches some, I guess, but to Greg Sharp and his entire family, his wife, his daughters, to everyone who knew him, who was fortunate and blessed to know him. And if you didn't know him, he was a blessing to other people. It just won't be the same without his voice and thoughts and prayers to him. And Pete, enjoy your birthday, man. Hopefully your Dallas Cowboys can do something, Rico. Hope they can get him to a playoff win for his birthday this year, maybe. We'll see.
Still eliminated from the playoffs.
Real quick, Big Daddy Travis and DF said he was on Cornhusker Highway. So, Raff, he says you don't know about that because it's the north side of town, so you don't know anything about Cornhusker Highway, I guess. Big Daddy Travis, be careful. He goes, I-80 is a sheet of ice. Multiple cars are in the ditch between 77 and 56 and I-80. Big Daddy Travis, be careful out there. Folks, be careful out there. Big time. Be careful. Kind of the 80 attitude adjustment for today. Something that me and a few buddies every morning, we send each other like a devotional or something that was, encourage us faith-wise. And John Goodwin, he is the executive director over at the Long Kennedy Center. He goes, purpose brings focus, and focus brings purpose. Purpose brings focus, and focus brings purpose. JG reminds me of something your dad would say, and my dad would say, two good men that knew each other for a lot of years. But I like that, man. I've been just chewing on that since this morning, JG, and I can chew on it for the rest of this week. And folks, you can too. Purpose brings focus, and focus brings purpose. Raff, take us on home. Raff, you gone for tomorrow?
Yep, I'll be gone. I'll be flying, and then I'll be back in studio on Wednesday.
Absolutely.
All right.
So tomorrow will be me and Nick tomorrow. Rico will probably join us.
I'll hop in if you want me to.
Yeah, I definitely want Rico to hop in tomorrow. Raff, you travel safe. Raff, take us home, my man.
All right, everyone. Have a great Monday. Be nice to each other. Keep warm. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions